Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you are doing so very well. I'm in another new location today because I had to search for some places where one, my mother was not watching TV, and two, I could sit down because I sprained my ankle last night. So here we are. I'm going to be telling you the books that I read in February, and I'm going to be telling you the books I'm planning to read in March. So let's just dive right in. The first book I read this month was Serafina by Rachel Hartman. I read this with Haley at Hales Hearts NYC, and I liked it all right. This was kind of like a meh book for me. I was interested to see how the story ended. I really wanted to finish, and I finished it in just a couple days. But overall, I was just not that impressed. The story and the plot moved really fast, like too fast for it to make sense. There's a bit of a romance subplot, and that just kind of like boom boom happens. And while the world building and the dragon stuff was really cool, the rest of the novel just kind of didn't fit together very well. It felt very rushed, it felt very weird. This got a 3.5 out of 5 stars from me. Next, I read The Hero of Ages. This took me a really long time to read because I started it before Serafina and then I finished it after Serafina, but I loved this book so much. What an ending to the Mistborn trilogy. I can't really talk about anything specific because I don't want to spoil anybody for anything that happened in this book, but I think it's the first book that's ever made me really happy to be really sad. The ending was like the definition of bittersweet. Overall, just a very solid end to the Mistborn trilogy and a book that I will definitely be reading again. This got a 5 out of 5 stars from me, no surprise there. The next book that I read was Love Letters to the Dead by Ava DeLera. I wanted to love this book, I really did, but I just could not. This book was almost an exact replica of Perks of Being a Wallflower. One thing that differentiates this book from Perks of Being a Wallflower is that the letters are written to dead people, and she kind of includes some of their life stories and life facts into it, so I really enjoyed that part. If the plot had just been different enough, I think I could have liked this book, but a lot of the major twists were the same, a lot of the minor characters had the same characterization, and it was just so similar, too similar for me to just love this book. I give this a 3 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was Amelia Ann is Dead and Gone by Kat Rosenfield. This was another one that I wanted to love, but I did not love. The writing was extremely beautiful and it was very well written, but the actual story plot just didn't work. I definitely didn't connect with Becca, the main character, at all. Her whole story just didn't make a lot of sense. There is that mystery of Amelia Ann being dead and how she dies, but the mystery wasn't enough to be haunting or to make it stick with you. I wanted to know what happened, but I was like, I don't really care if I find out what happens. If I never do, it won't be the end of the world. Becca does go through a few things in this book, but I feel like her character wasn't really well developed. I didn't really get a sense for how she operated at all. Same with her boyfriend, same with every other character in this novel. It just wasn't well developed in general. Lovely writing, potential to be a great story, good aspects, but not great follow through. This got a 3 out of 5 stars from me. The next 2 books I read, I finished March 1st, but I'm putting them in my February TBR because I read a good portion of them in February. I just finished them out in March. They really count as February books. Those 2 books are Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte and Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. I actually did a review on both of these books. It was posted yesterday, so I'm sure you might have seen it around. So if you want to know my full thoughts, you can go check that dual review out. A little short summary, I thought this one was okay, and I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I really liked this one, so I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. So for the month of February, that puts me at 6 books. That's not a great number for me, but I think it's pretty average and pretty alright. Hopefully I'll read more this month, but we'll see. I'm keeping my TBR light, as you're about to find out. First up, I've got Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. I bought this when a bunch of my friends were raving about it and reading it and loving it, and I'm going to El Salvador on Saturday, so I will have a bit of a plane ride there and back. So I think I'll have an opportunity to read this book and love it. I know it's a post-apocalyptic book and I know a lot of my friends love it, but that's about all I know, and I kind of just want to go in blind because I like doing that with books. The next book that I want to read is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I know this is a classic and I've heard a lot about it, so I just wanted to read it. I think it got banned in some schools somewhere at some point, so that makes me interested to find out more about it, more of what it is, because I don't really know that much. Next up, I've got The Assassin's Curse by Cassandra Rose Clark. Raylene from Padfoot and Prong 07 and I both have this on our bookshelf, so we were like, let's read it together. This is a fantasy book about a girl who has an assassin come after her, and she uses some magic to try to get him to go away, but it actually binds them together and they have to do 3 really impossible tasks together to get unbound from this curse. I've heard many good things about this series, so I'm really excited to start it. Next up are the 2 books that have been on my TBR for the past 2 months, but I haven't gotten to. You guessed it! Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, and The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valenti. I believe that I will read these books this month. The timing has just never been right. I've run out of time the past 2 months, but this month, this is my month to read these books. Yes! Next, I want to read A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I have not bought this book yet, but I'm planning to go out and buy it tomorrow. I'm so excited. There's been a lot of hype surrounding it, and I'm really excited to see if the book lives up to the hype. I love Victoria Schwab's writing, so I'm sure I'll love at least that part of it, but it's also a fantasy, so love that fantasy. What I know about it is there is a guy who can jump between a lot of parallel Londons, and so he does work, you know, between all of those parallel Londons. There's a girl in it. I think they probably fall in love, who knows. And lastly, I'm going to be reading We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist. I've seen this book around a lot, I've heard a lot about this book, and I've heard really great things. It's the Booksplosion book of the month, so I was like, gotta jump on that since I've been wanting to read it anyway. This book is about Josh's losses in love, if you will. He tracks down all of the girls he tried to date and figures out what went wrong. It sounds hilarious, funny, and just like my kind of book. I'm really excited to buy it and read it. I just am. And that's all I have for you. Those are the books I read in February and the books I'm planning to read in March. Keep my TBR light because with El Salvador, who knows how many books I'm gonna read, but we're gonna hope for a lot. Let me know down below what your favorite book you read last month was, or a book you're most excited to read this month. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I know it's a post-apocalyptic. I know it's kind of a post-apocalyptic.